737, welcome back to Good Day Columbia. And in a recent announcement, Comcast, one of the nation's largest cable providers, put in a $45 billion bid to buy Time Warner Cable. Several people are disagreeing with the move, but is the merger a really bad thing? Our resident tech expert and owner of that computer store out of Irmo, South Carolina, Stephen Miano, weighs in. Stephen is here. Stephen.
Good morning, Fraendy.
Yes, good morning to you too, Stephen. $45 billion.
Yes, there's a B and not an M.
Right, that's billion. That's a lot of money for shareholders here. Is this such a bad thing?
Well, I think it is, actually.
Oh, wow.
And I tried to come at this objectively, and I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of Time Warner employees, and I have not spoken to any of those employees that really thought it was a good thing. From them, and I'm not going to give any names, they basically said at best it will be as bad as it is now. At absolutely, like best case scenario, it won't get worse, which is not a really warm fuzzy for me. I don't get a good feeling from that.
Well, you know, and speaking about that, it's been noted that since services don't really overlap, a lot of people are concerned that this is going to cause a monopoly of some sort. Is that accurate?
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, well, the service areas don't overlap, which is kind of the case with cable. You know, each of these cable companies nationally, they kind of have a monopoly based on those municipalities.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that, because cable companies also compete against each other for licensing, marketing rights. So even though they don't share a service area, so you know, it doesn't affect you as a monopoly, but it affects the global scenario. Netflix just decided to pony up extra money to Comcast to guarantee that their streams won't get damaged by, you know, well, that's right there. People's Netflix bills are probably going to start going up if this merger goes through, because Comcast can then say, well, you have to pay us more to make sure your bandwidth. Net neutrality, you know, there's a big, it's the lobbying power in on Capitol Hill as well. You now have the #1 company and the #2 company by size coming together, and I mean, that's going to make a lobby that is going to be unstoppable politically.
And speaking about that, you know, Comcast, folks there are responding, and we have a quote from them actually that we got.
Yeah, and this too doesn't make me feel super great. Comcast Executive Vice President David L. Cohen: impact on customer bills is always hard to quantify. We're certainly not promising that customer bills are going to go down, or even that they're going to increase less rapidly.
Well,
I mean,
as a consumer, that's not really reassuring.
No, that does not make me feel, because I mean, people are always, you know, the bill goes up every year just a little bit.
Oh, tell me about it.
And he's basically saying, well, yeah, it's not going to go down, probably going to go up faster, which, I mean, what can you do against that?
You're right. You know, and speaking about that, what about internet service? Because, you know, the majority of people are getting these bundle packages because of the internet to make it cheaper. Hasn't Comcast promised to improve Time Warner's network? Well,
they have promised to improve the network, and Comcast does have like the X1, the Xfinity stuff. Their DVRs are kind of sexier. So, you know, that's cool. Time Warner's already working on upgrading their network. I mean, they've increased their capacity by leaps and bounds over the past few years. So, I mean, we have some of the worst bandwidth of any first world country. I mean, we're like way down there. So people have to wonder, is it going to get better if you have one large company who controls everything, and you know, what's their motivation? You can't go anywhere else.
Speaking about motivation, what's the motivation behind this deal, this merger?
It's money. It's I think there's a sound clip where they say, in 30 seconds, they say maximize shareholder revenue like 7 to 10 times during the initial press release. The spokesman was like, this is designed to maximize shareholder revenue. Translation, this is going to make a lot of money for a lot of people that aren't us.
Wow.
I mean, so yeah, I am not happy with this.
Wow. And if Steven's not happy, folks, that's a big problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Miano, owner of that computer store out of Irmo, South Carolina. He is here. Stephen, thank you so much for coming here again.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely, we appreciate that. Good Day Columbia is coming back after this.